Okay, Lowe's 668, customer Taylor. We are in a condo, and so we do have a smaller kitchen set that we're going to look at today. First of all, notice that this entire kitchen set has a standard overlay door profile to it. All of your stock items beside the Denver is a standard overlay. Everything else will be a full overlay. So if we're looking at the Stowe or the Wintucket or the Acadia, all those are going to be full overlay, and so we got to make sure we have special consideration for the bypass of this corner. We did this kitchen for another customer just about 2 weeks ago, and we had some issues as far as clearances. So we definitely want to go through this layout and go through what they have now, especially the footprint. This flooring is basically brand new, okay? So that being said, the placement of the dishwasher here, the placement of the notching underneath where the flooring is, there may be some consideration as far as changing the design because we don't want to have to repair or move any flooring. Let's start here on the top. On the left-hand side of this one, we have a soffit that's 23 inches deep. The soffits run continuous on both sides. We'll get back to this space in just a minute above the fridge area, but they are 23 inches deep on both sides, 83.5 inches from the bottom of the soffit to the floor because of the thickness of the floor that's actually been built up some. So here we've got a 24-inch cabinet on the left-hand side with about a 1.5 to 2-inch filler to the left of it. Just a common valance across that span. And if you look, there's actually a light there on the back of that dustboard on the valance. And of course, there's a switch here for the disposer, switch here for the light. So when we start looking at your design, there's a bridge that's across this cabinet above the center of the sink. And that will work, no problem. But I didn't see a valance. I seen a filler. Okay, I see it now. Filler valance across that. That wire for that light will have to come down and be put in part of this. So make sure that in our labor package that you're including that the removal of that light as well as a reposition and mounting of that light back underneath. This light that's here is actually probably a decade or more old. It's just a single bulb fluorescent, probably a nice LED. Thin section light would be better as far as the new cabinets go. Definitely we're going to have to put a junction box up there and run a new wire into the wall because they will have cut that off up high. You're coming down with about a 18, about an 18-inch cabinet. So we definitely want to have that wire that we need as well as a mounting box and a junction box for that up there to be able to pull that light to the bottom of that cabinet where it should go. Now, in your design too, there's a diagonal cabinet here, a diagonal wall cabinet. You can see the soffit is actually L-shaped, but because it's so deep at 23 inches, the diagonal corner cabinet will work just fine. The 16 7/8 diagonal face will be just fine there. The length of the cabinets, you're at 36 inches, which is way over here. So much bigger cabinet in the corner. That's a good thing as far as gaining space. But when we turn the corner here to this side, again, we talked about having a footprint in the floor here. There is a footprint. There's a 30-inch stove. There is a 30-inch refrigerator. So we are not going to be going larger than those two types of appliances. They are still standard, so we're not going to be going larger. We have to maintain this 39-inch space. Now, when I look over the drawing and I look at the types of cabinets that you have, the 9, the corner, and all this, there are no drawers in this design. There are no drawers at all on these cabinets. So that being said, there were a 4-drawer spot here before. I feel like we probably need to go back and take a look at the sink base, maybe being a 45-inch sink base like this is, or a 30 like you designed and moving everything around. But that is what they did originally, was a 45-inch sink base. They did a 4-inch filler here in the corner. They did like a 3-inch refrigerator or a dishwasher end panel to the left of the dishwasher. And then this was, because of its standard overlay, a 15-inch 4-drawer cabinet that actually pulled you out to 39 inches as your actual build out. Now, if you're doing the store stock ones, you're going to end up doing like a 12-inch cabinet here, but that only has 1 drawer in it. And again, you're only going to have a 9-inch cabinet over here with another. Maybe if we did the 30-inch cabinet, we could come up with another 9-inch piece here and a 9-inch pullout. I mean, it's going to have some work done to it. And again, the standard overlay cabinet against this, see right here, the standard overlay cabinet will still have plenty of room for everything to pass with maybe just a 1/2-inch filler or something if you consider standard overlay for the design. Now, the last thing is here above the stove area, He went with a 3012 cabinet. They have a 3018 now with a microwave. Very common changeover to a microwave. That microwave will be about 2 inches higher than the bottom of the cabinet. That is normal because stove hoods are always higher than the stove area. The microwave will have a recirculating vent in it, but in our schedule of labors, make sure that you include us to change from a wire to a receptacle. We need a switch change for that one to happen for the over-the-range microwave. Now let's talk about what's above the fridge. 23 inches of cabinet soffit up here above this. So if we were to make this cabinet above this flush finished on 2 ends, make it a 33 inch cabinet, 14 inches tall, or a 30 with fillers on both sides. We can do that at 12 inches deep. If we want to go with Shenandoah or Allen & Roth cabinets and bring this out a little bit further, make it like 18 inches deep, on up to 21 or so. Again, 23 inches is our soffit depth. You can make this a little bit deeper, bigger cabinet for above. We do not need the 12-inch cabinet in this one. He is going to stick with that spacing, so 34 inches of space. 66 to 69 inches worth of refrigerator is all we're going to have to design for. So the 15-inch cabinet above the refrigerator will still work out just fine. In fact, in the drawing, I went ahead and put a W3314, but that may not be available readily for the stock item cabinet. Definitely have to have a 34-inch footprint. Again, all of this flooring is new, so 34-inch footprint, 30-inch for the stove, 39 inches or so for the cabinet in the corner. There is no flooring under these cabinets. So if we slide everything over, we're going to have problems with that fitting the footprint. Now in here on the underneath the sink, I went ahead and give you measurements of 44 inches, 48 inches, and 62 inches. Respectively, that's the cold, the hot, and the drain under this, so that you can put those in the 2020 and design around a smaller set sink base. And maybe get the best options for him as far as the storage options for this layout of this kitchen. Back measurements, 101.5 is perfect, 102.5 is perfect. Those are great. I do want to make sure, I don't see it here, that we have plenty of Scribe molding. You can see right now on this one, they actually put Scribe up against the soffit. They put Scribe down the sides. All of this needs to be part of what we do as well, especially if it's standard overlay, so that we can hide the paint line that's going to be there when this tear out's done. The other thing too on the standard overlay cabinets, make sure you get me a 6-inch filler, as well as, it's not going to be a 42, but a 630 magic filler, as well as touch-up materials. And Diamond is now Diamond Now cabinets are available with touch-up materials if you need to order some to match the cabinet. Again, if you have any questions about this kitchen, it's got a lot of parts to it. It's a small set, but it does have some soffit issues and concerns. So if you got any questions, feel free to give me a call at 423-650-1051. Have a good day.